Hello everyone, we are back for finally taking care of the Singleton the other semifinal. Now, here's a quick update on everything, and we're going to show you the significance of the Singleton tournament in terms of the standings. So here we go. The 3 players remaining left in the tournament. There's myself, who's already in the finals after defeating Craig in the semis. And then there's Pat versus Trevor, which is happening right now. We're going to cast that match right now. But right before that, we do that. Here's what's going on. Through 6 rounds, Pat, Trevor, and myself have secured the top 3 of the season. Rob and Greg don't have enough points to catch us anymore, so it's really the 3 of us are going to battle out for the top 2 positions. Now look closely at these standings. Pat got himself a retribution win over Adam, so he's up to 28 points despite only having 4 match wins. Trevor has 27. Now whoever wins this Singleton, whoever wins this semifinals, if Trevor wins, he jumps to 28 points and has all the tiebreakers. So a lot is riding on this match. If Trevor wins this, Pat gets knocked down to 2nd place. And then if Trevor wins out in round 7, he's automatically going to take 1st place in the league. And then for the finals for me, either way, if I win the finals, I jump ahead of both these guys. And if I win my 7th match, I take 1st place. So a lot is riding on here. It's really a battle for 2nd place because the playoff bracket, 1st and 2nd place, get in the semifinals. 3rd place jumps right back down to the quarters. So a lot's riding on these couple of matches here. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. Here we go. Give the guys a go ahead. All right. And I'm just going to quickly look over the standings again. So a little bit of background here on the rewind, going down memory lane of Singleton here, guys. All right, we'll jump into the game as it's loading. So, Pat and Trevor faced each other in the winners match a while back now, and Pat defeated him narrowly. So Trevor fell down to the losers bracket, defeated Rob in another close matchup, and now they're back in the semifinals to go at it once more. I can't believe how close this is and how much this match matters. So remember, best of 3, Singleton rules, only single cards allowed, single copies. Let's see what Pat has here. Also, we didn't cast this match earlier this evening, but Adam upset Pat 3-0. Really wrecked him with a Shaman mech base deck. And Pat obviously called Retribution because why not? And he got the Retribution win, which gave him the 5 points, which brings him right back into contention for the top of the standings. So we'll see what happens here. So Pat coins out a Acolyte of Pain. Very useful card to have in the Mage deck. Alright, Trevor here, who's desperately wanting this win to jump over Pat in the standings. Now, them saying that they're gonna... Me saying that like if Trevor wins this, he automatically beats Pat. That's only if they both win out from here on out. So, assuming myself, Pat, and Trevor all win the round 7 matchups, then the points in Singleton are going to be the main differentiator of what happens here. Alright, so Trevor has a couple options. He could go the Coghammer route, which isn't terrible, actually. Because the Coghammer would just deal with this, make this Taunt and Divine Shield. I don't hate that. True Silver is also just solid, right? Like, you can do whatever you want with this, but the problem is the Snow Chugger will probably hit you in the face. That's limiting to that, so Coghammer gets around that pretty easily. He is going to go to Coghammer play. Okay, I like that. That is a tricky thing to get around. Now, on the Pat side, he could go Tinkertown here, but that's silly. But he will just go ahead and freeze this guy. Oh, it doesn't freeze actually, it only freezes when he gets damaged. That's okay, that's cute. Yeah, so I think you just burn the Coghammer here, use the True Silver, and either hit this or go face. I think you would just go face. Alternatively, he could Equality here. But I think, being his only Equality, he probably really wants to save it for a juicier board than this. Alright, so the one Coghammer's gone, the one True Silver has taken one swing. Blast Mage would be a silly play here. Belcher's an excellent play. But it also gives Trevor the perfect answer to hit this and kill it. And actually he could Aldor here as well to make it even more value. He'll draw at least one more card. Which I think in a Singleton scenario, I think I like that a lot. Though Aldor could be used in a better situation.
Let me think.
But Trevor's eyeing that card advantage here. Yeah. It looks like he's thinking about it. Alternative plays could have been the Sky Golem too, which is a perfectly good play as well. But more card draw. He might draw another answer here. Knife Juggler's pretty good. Don't need it now though. So yeah, this opening game is very important. In the best of 3, you want to put your opponent right on the back foot here. So both these guys are itching for this.
Move quickly.
So yeah, this match determines who's ahead of who between Trevor and Pat in the standings, and then whoever faces me, whoever ultimately wins this tournament will get ahead of everybody else in the standings. Because just in relations to the standings now, whoever wins this just gets 1 additional point, a total of 3 points gained from Singleton, and then if you win it, you get 2 more points off after that. So these players right now can get 3 more points in the standings than what they stand at now, whereas I can get 2 additional points. Oh, wow. Perfect rolls from Goblin Blast Mage. But Trevor still gets 2 additional cards out of this, which is incredible value. So looking at the play here, so he can't use his sword here, which is really annoying. He's 1 mana short to do the double Hammer of Wrath and Consecration to finish that off. This is tricky.
Let me think.
Well, I think the default play here is just to whack that. There's no getting around the Belcher here. Thinking the what would he do with? He could have Quality Consecrate. That is true. He would probably want to hit this first. Yeah, looking ahead here, Quality Consecration is not the worst idea because I'm just looking at Pat's hand here. It's not the best either. I was just thinking regular Consecration. Yeah, Snow Chugger dying here is probably key for Trevor because he won't be frozen again. Then he has several ways to deal with the Blast Mage the following turn. Mechaneer, Thermoplug. Pat's used this to some very good results in the last few rounds of Singleton here. Arcane Intellect, okay, the Flame Strike, and the Anti-Heal Bot. 9 cards in hand, can't play the Secret, which probably would have been useful in this situation. Alright, so what does Trev do? Does he Hammer of Wrath here, or does he use the sword? If he Hammers of Wrath, he could then just drop an Elmish Engineer. Loading up his hand. Oh, Noitron's pretty useful here as well. But he'll Hammer of Wrath. Trevor's going a little bit for the long game here. Alright, look, on the flip side here, Echo of Medivh. Oh, that's disgusting in this format. Loatheb and Mirror Entity. Trevor going to be careful with the Mirror Entity. Oh, the Redemption play with Tyrion would be pretty gross. Alright, so looking here, Trev tests the Secret. It's not one of the ones for that. He'll drop a Noitron, which is probably the best case scenario here for him. Which again is not the worst thing. Just needs to be careful because Flame Strike is a very real possibility and will likely be used liberally here on this type of board. He's through it, yeah.
Belongs in a museum.
So, does he drop the mini bot as well? You're already playing with fire. Actually, I know as a paladin it's super easy to do, but the man control tech is another play he could do instead of flame striking. I'd probably flame strike myself, but he's gonna go for this and gets the 1-1. Pat's RNG has not been great this evening, let's just put it that way. I don't think that's a really salty worthy move though, because again, it's not like he depended on that to save his life, he had options. A little bit of a gamble would be the greedy play. So now that Flame Strike is not an option, Ping and Ping and Annoytron doesn't actually kill this Annoytron off. He has to use Lothar to do that, which is really annoying. Get it?
I wonder.
The Echo play is not bad, though it would overfill his hand. That's the only thing. So the Echo play is not great value here. He'll put a counterspell up, which can be very key. And the secrets alone just mess with you up so much. Alright, so that was the play. Dr. Boom here. So he knows that Mirror Entity is gone. He knows that for a fact, so he can play whatever minion he wants for free without any risk. But he's not sure what this is. It could, like, if I'm him, I just run into here and kill it just to see if it's the
I wonder.
The mirror image, or the duplicate rather. It's probably not. Pat playing that with an Annoyantron in the ways doesn't seem like great value, but he's gonna test it. Knows it's not that automatically, so you can use Harrison to just finish this guy off. Dropping Redemption here to test counterspell is probably a good plan. Alright, so he's going to take the extra damage here to kill it himself. He'll drop. Oh, he's going to go for the Tyrion play. And Redemption will get burnt. But if all of the spells for that to get counterspelled, that's not a bad one.
Move quickly.
And he's going to do the greedy play or the safe play? Which is it? Got to make a decision. All right, he's going for the safe play here. Now Tyrion is totally dealable. The fireball is perfect. Tyrion dies, but you then run into the issue of Ashbringer. But that's the only fireball gone, so the burst is becoming significantly less. So keep in mind, Antonitis is in hand, but with no cheap spells to play with it, not the most useful thing ever. So now Trevor needs to manage his health and the 3 swings of this Ashbringer carefully. So Trevor could just pseudo-flood the board and just go... Oh, he'll go for the equality now. Interesting. I don't mind that play personally, because that gives him a clear board to drop Dr. Boom and to start whacking in the face for 5 damage apiece. The clock is starting for Pat here. Flame Strike's not ideal. Explosive G is not ideal either. Heal Bot does buy him more time, which is probably what he needs right now. He could Antonitis with 1 Rusty Horn to give him 1 Fireball here. Bolvar's up to a 7/7 with no BGH in sight, so it's not a bad little card here. A lot of Divine Shield here. So he's gonna pop one of the bombs. Gets the full 4 damage. Ouch. Trevor is 2 damage off lethal, depending what this bomb does. So he will do the Rusty Horn with the Elemental. This could buy a lot of time, depending what Trevor draws here. Oh, the silence! Okay. It's a very risky play to go for lethal here. Trevor can go for it. He just needs to... It's a 50-50 roll on the Elemental hitting... Oh, sorry, the bomb hitting the face. He's going for it. Gets the roll. Trevor, with the first victory, being a little bit greedy. Pat I do have to send Pat one message here, just because I can. It's a bit of a Twitch meme reference in case you don't know, but salt. Alright, game 2. Trevor versus Pat. Trevor is on match point. Yeah, Pat's not loving his rolls tonight, really.
I will fight with honor.
You asked.
Adam got a lot of good rolls in his match versus Pat. But then again, Pat did get the retribution, so he's got his points, but it still kind of screwed him out a little bit in terms of the rankings. Alright, the Mech Mage play is real. But so's the Argent Squire play. What is Trevor doing? Ah, darn it. Things are happening and I can't see them. Thanks, Blizz. It ain't perfect, but at least it's something, right? Alright. Jumping right back into game 2. Trevor did do the play we thought he would do. Did drop the Argent Squire, and probably traded off with the gnome. Oh, the armor plating actually being useful for once. That's impressive. Alright, but Trevor can totally do the muster for battle here. He can also do the redemption play. Or both. Oh, he'll go for the piloted shredder play instead. I like that. No mechs in hand, so both these cards have lowered value. But the Blast Mage is still a pretty good card in his own right. But he elects to draw cards instead. Water Elemental and Kirin Tor Mage. Very good. So Trevor gets a free kill here. But I would drop minions before he would do that. Oh, he's saying screw it. Oh, he'll use the muster for battle. Okay. I prefer that. And he's going to drop the redemption as well. Interesting. The Mirror Entity is the secret that got drawn. I don't really love redemption here. Because redemption could just work for the 1/1. So Trevor needs to be careful here with the Mirror Entity. The Argent Protector is the play. To test it, anyway.
Not on my watch.
And that was a brilliant move. There's Mirror Entity burned.
Not on my
Trev has an excellent start to this game here. Can practically clear the whole board. Yeah, he can clear the whole board. Muster for Battle is an excellent card. Gave reason for Light's Justice to actually exist, other than a bad arena pick. And drops the Acolyte. Alright, Pat's at a deficit here. Draws the Fireball. We'll go for the Unstable Portal play, hope to get something really OP. Not what he's looking for, but not a bad card in its own right, usually. And at this point, it's a 1-mana thing that at least absorbs something, you know? With Redemption here, too, this could be really annoying. No mechs either. It's a tough spot for Pat to be in at this point. He's got no great drop. I think... As silly as it is, the Blast Mage is probably something you have to drop, or even the Cult Master. I'd say Cult Master and maybe BGH. I don't think Trevor has a single BGH target in his deck.
We have many.
I'll drop Kirin Tor. Alright, at least that forces it's not just a two attacker to kill it. He'll use his face instead. Alright, 4 damage. Harrison Jones. Antonidas, not the card he needed. This is rough. Yeah, I think he almost has to burn the Fireball to kill Harrison here. And he'll probably have to ping the Redemption. Though he should probably not play anything and be careful with this. Yeah, he took his time, which is good.
That belongs in a museum.
And does he drop Cult Master anyway? to be a target to hit? A target dummy? Yeah, he will. Not ideal at all. Oh, Sneed's old Shredder. Can't play it yet, though. So Trevor has two options. He could hit it in the face himself, and then throw the Acolyte in, or you can just promptly ignore it. I don't suggest you ignoring it, though. Drawing cards here is too valuable. He uses his face again. The Mage Burst is not so real when you only have one Fireball, one Frostbolt, and etc., etc. I don't think Pat's running Pyroblast either. Low Theb. Not a bad card, really. Trades it efficiently with everything on the board. Prevents any shenanigans. Pat's definitely up, he's up Shit's Creek, though. Without a paddle. Alright, well, Sneed showed Shredder here. All the death rattle value on the board. And what does Pat finally draw? Antique Healbot? Pat just says screw it, he's done. Trevor takes the semifinals, gets his revenge from Pat, moves on to the finals to face none other than yours truly. Priest v Paladin Singleton finals coming right up, folks. Don't miss it. Will definitely be casted from my point of view. It's going to be a good time. And with that, Trevor moves tied in points with Pat, but has the match and the game win tiebreakers to go with it. So now Trevor, if he wins his next match, is automatically in second place. For sure, without a doubt. We'll have another video coming up to outline what's the possibilities of the final round and to see what's at stake and what's going on. So looking forward to that, guys. Look forward to the finals of Singleton. Look forward to the finals, to the end of round 7, the end of the regular season. And that is all, folks. We'll see you next time.